Hey guys, Mathel here once again with a hopefully pretty quick video on an update for the Assassin Poison Wander. That was my league start for the Keepers of the Flame League, and I've been using the new wand skills pretty exclusively for this build, mostly focusing on Kinetic Fusillade, and then basically tried a bunch of other stuff to weave into the build as well, because as you know, Kinetic Fusillade has this sort of delay to its attack. So you right click it, you need to wait for it to go off. So you kind of want to weave something else in. So I did try out Somatic Shell as my in-between attack, and that felt like with Poison it was doing absolute fuck all. So more recently I've put in Kinetic Rain as my secondary, and as you can see the gameplay is essentially run around and right click once or twice, and then press R, which is my kinetic rain, whenever I'm not doing my right clicks. And it ends up being pretty efficient, especially with the poison prolif from the gloves that we have. And all in all, the character's chuffing along pretty nicely through to tier 16s and starting to do the bosses and quest bosses and stuff that I need to do. And that's all off of, a very low budget. We're talking a character that's worth like 20C at the moment, and definitely has me thinking that Poison Assassins with the all damage can poison node gonna be pretty goddamn thick at the end of the day for this league. I think there'll be a lot of powerful assassins going around if you really want to go that route, and in general the wand skills seem pretty damn nice. I don't think too many people are going to like Kinetic Fusillade because of the delay and stuff and its awkward targeting, but Kinetic Rain's really good, and of course old wanding skills are still really good too. And then the new tree is pretty damn insane. So I want to go over in just a second about my current character, how I've built it, couple thoughts on maybe some progress and stuff, and then the tree and how we've crafted a couple of things, and then just show off a bit of gameplay as for the hive events that I've done a few of at this point. So with the Keepers of the Flame, as you sometimes go across the breach areas in maps, you'll come across a big hive event, and it's a point of contention at the moment. People are saying it's a bit overtuned and stuff, and that's possibly true for certain builds and stuff, for melee and whatnot, but overall it seemed mostly okay. Just need a pretty decent clearing build and a little bit of know-how on how to leave the zone, which isn't really too hard. I don't think it's doing too much damage either, as people are complaining about, because my character is fairly fucking squish at the end of the day, and it can get out, well enough without dying. So the hive events are okay, I think, but they are getting updated anyway to be a little bit better. And a character like this obviously thrives in something like this large hive tier action. So I'm not going to have too many problems, especially with the prolif we have. Aside from that, I did also come across the end breach bosses for the first time. I'm not going to link that one just yet on the video because first of all, I was just learning mechanics and lost near the very end of the fight, so came close to finishing but just barely didn't get it done. So maybe next time I'll have a video on killing them, and it'll give you a few more days to find it for yourself as well, so it's a bit less of a spoiler. Pretty cool fight though for the new breach bosses, the new sort of end game thing. And aside from that, as you can see, my single target's kind of progressing a little bit. It's just kind of awkward at the moment, the way we're doing single target, the click delay thing, whatever. I haven't actually used a proper 6-link yet. I'm still using volley in this one just for better wind up. And on top of that, it's just going to be a bit weird with my current wither, which I don't think is a very good setup. And I'll talk about pretty much everything about the character for just a little bit now. So here we are back once again on It That Wandered level 91 Assassin Wander. As you can see, my evasion, yes, life kind of has progressed a good bit, because as you get the higher tier maps, you definitely want a little bit of defense, and we can get quite a bit more defensive indeed if we really want to, and it's possible to end up going that route. Essentially, not too much about the build has changed, still just a bunch of poison nodes and some crit nodes and whatnot, so all of this sort of stuff. I think ideally the best version of the build probably cuts a few things and gets a cluster, at least one cluster, for chaos damage or wanding damage, and then also something that gives you Unholy Might, something like that. But basically the main change that I've made is picked up an Uber Lab and got for the Jugular at the moment, so bigger damage against full life, higher life enemies. So their prolif is a bit better. I'm not too sold anymore on like power charges and stuff, and necessarily a lot of this stuff. So it's possible that we're better off just doing an actual bloodline ascendancy. But for now, I am keeping it the way we currently have it, based off power charges. So on that note, I have anointed the other power charge. So we have 7 power charges at the moment, including that one there. I then have an amulet that I bought for I think 20C. We bought this hat for 15C, something like that. And it gives us a chance to poison, which is pretty damn nice. So you can remove a bunch of other poison chants if you really want. Things like lesser poison support. Can probably even get rid of Herald of Agony. And also increase damage with poison per power charge. So we are kind of tied to power charges at the moment. We could realistically do some Spider's Web stuff as well, and it might be worth it in this build. We then have a new shield, so this thing's completely worthless. I bought it when it was I think 20C, but it's right now thousands of them. It's 1C, and I found plenty as well. But it gives us duration of ailments, which is decent for our poisoning as well. The gloves are still the same. I put a my kinetic rain setup inside of it, and that does these links here at the moment. Probably going to get rid of deadly ailments because I would rather it hit a little bit harder. Which isn't going to be huge, but still a little bit harder. We're using a chest that's just, generic evasion energy shield. These are going to go pretty damn high this league because the item printing is pretty busted overall. Pick up a hunter ring, any hunter influence ring. Ideally, I suppose something like Chaos Res is a good implicit, and then you can get despair on hit just by rolling the harvest bench caster over and over again till you get a good result. This ring currently sucks, so I'll probably end up upgrading it. Then just have life resists. Haven't changed my belt, so I'm still going to do something about that. Kind of shitty boots, but we'll do something about that as well. And then a physical wand at the moment. So I've ended up just printing a lot of physical wands, and this is the best one I've got at the moment. And it's a lot of base fizz, good attack speed, good crit. I think at the end of the day, it's just going to be quite a lot better to have like an elemental wand, but I'm sticking to the fizz side of things at the moment because that's what I've got. So as you can see, I've printed a good amount of these, like just hybrid fizz with a fizz and then some attack speed and stuff. They seem to just like kind of poop out quite often if you do the certain crafting stuff. This is the wand I used from about level 60 to probably about level 89. So this is my bread and butter for almost the entire time. But if you use the actual tree and just like go into ranged over here, and then use things like increased int requirements and less of the other stuff, and then just go into physical over somewhere like over here, physical, and some other stuff, more stuff. You kind of you can figure this thing out pretty easily, and yeah, you start to print out quite a lot of these wands and items, and at the moment we have a setup for armor, and this ends up printing out a lot of big evasion ES armors, and some of them are even 6 linked, and yeah, the like you'll be able to find lots of good stuff like this. For me, this is a pretty good chest, and even another 100 ES on it or something. And I reckon I'd go to trade, and there's going to be a million of them. And they're going to cost 1C. So everything that's kind of basic this time around for crafting and rares. The highest end of the basic type stuff. So we're just talking about like resists, life, defenses. Physical damage, all of that's going to be pretty worthless this league. So it's only going to be the really special items that have, influence modifiers synthesized. All the extra special stuff that's not going to be directly printed from tree is going to be worth anything. So other things to mention, that's currently my unique tree. It seems to be pretty cool to just print out cool little Foulborn uniques and stuff, and that's my currency tree at the moment. Make sure you do use all your currency things, because even the low level ones, once you've got the tree fully up and running like this, even the really low level ones, like the level 20 ones, will shit out sometimes like stacks of 20 chaos. So yeah, the currency things are pretty good. And then I haven't really done too much with my grafts yet. It's just been focusing on the other stuff, but you can get some good passive damage from those, so keep an eye out for that. That's currently kind of the update. Other than that, I have been using volley, greater volley in my 6 link for just ease of use, because with this current setup, just while mapping, pop twice and that's our max stacks. You can use less duration for faster, offload, but Swift Affliction is all I'm using at the moment, and probably going to replace that for some kind of other single target. Otherwise, the links are Unbound, Kinetic Fusillade, Vicious Proj, which is Awakened, and we're leveling that, Crit Damage, and Swift Affliction. So there's a lot of upgrades to still make there. Probably going to have to pick up the unique ring from the Endgame, which is this guy here. A good roll of one of these is going to give us a big boost in damage as well. So probably going to have to grab one of those and rework the gear eventually. Yeah, that's currently where I'm at, and I think the build's looking pretty good so far. I will get back to posting builds on forums, so you can check the POB here, and or go to the forum and have a look at the whole build there with the POB as well. So far so good. I'm pretty happy with it. It's been a lot of fun. I've put in plenty of hours and had a great time doing it. I think the league's really cool so far. My only real concern is honestly, the item printing. It's pretty damn insane, and it's kind of made ground loot a bit worthless. And the low end to mid end on items basically doesn't exist. It's the sales and the economy is going to be interesting, but it's not a huge concern. It is what it is. The stuff that comes from certain league mechanics and stuff is still going to be worth a lot more, because that's the loot that you need to focus on to actually go out and find. So that's currently what we got. Let me just leave you with one of my hive encounters, what it looks like, and the overall vibe of it. It's been pretty fun. So with that, thank you very much for watching. See you guys next time. Oh, what, mate? I'm going in. Wait.
Let's get it done. Cover me.
There we go. Make sure you see the waves. So my escape has to be up that way afterwards.
That's better.
It's so much more chill when they don't have a fucking onslaught mod on them.
I agree with that.
Remember, no thanks for two. Escape! Whee! Oh shit.
Just need a moment.
Boom! The fucking loot! Yeah, it's because I'm an ultra thick, yet another ultra thick Mathel build as an assassin wander, with my some life and a bit of evasion and stuff.